Yo, this is Hungry Millennial coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. It's a great day outside. Awesome, beautiful, right? So today we're talking about building a pipeline, right? So when you're building a pipeline, you have to realize you have two sets of pipelines. You have your personal pipeline and then you have your professional pipeline. And sometimes they merge together. Not everybody that's in your personal pipeline deserves to be a part of your professional pipeline, because sometimes your goals and things don't align, as well as you'll meet toxic individuals along the way that aren't good for your brand either way, your personal brand or your professional pipeline. So sometimes you got to put them in the associates boat. Unfortunately, sometimes that's just how that works. And if anybody knows how pipes work, right? Once you put something inside of that pipe, and it shoots through, it can intoxicate everything that's there, right? And you don't want those toxic people and those toxic individuals or people who have just even the small toxic habits to seep into your organization, because you're building your brand the way you want to build it from a personal and professional standpoint, right? Also, you have people, you're going to have situations that are only good for a certain set and a certain level in your pipeline, right? And a lot of times the market will detail you who should be, and you'll get that hint, right? We start to get those hints of maybe I shouldn't be associated with these type of people, or maybe it's not the right time to have a business partnership with that person. A lot of times it'll happen. It'll reveal itself to you. You just have to be very, very patient in the process and realize that the market dictates a lot of times how fast you can move in a process and how you're creating your system, right? Also, sometimes as millennials, we don't have a network, or I don't have this, or I don't have the people, or I don't have this. But you don't realize, while you're patiently waiting, and continue to do the small things every day, you're continuously building a network and a pipeline. For example, today, last night I got a call from a very prominent barber. We had networked, and I did do driving for Uber and stuff, and he needed somebody to pick up his brother from the airport because he couldn't do it, right? So I ended up being that individual that he went to because he knew that I was gonna get the job done, right? So I have that all the time. People know that I'm a go-getter, right? So I start to build that network slowly through those people who know the results that I bring to the table and the type of work ethic that I bring. So, a lot of times the better the work ethic, the better your brand, from a longevity, from a standpoint of moving forward and, creating your own network, right? You don't have to play into everybody's existing network, the good old boy system that they already have set in place. You can start to build your own thing, and then as you're building, people will start to cling to that network, and then you'll start to figure out what your strengths are, or those tasks that are better off somebody else doing those because you're overwhelmed with them. And then you can merge, a partnership. A lot of times people want to run a business on their own because it was their idea, but sometimes we're better in partnership roles because we can learn and grow from each other. That learning and that growth is invaluable. It's one of those things where you can't, a lot of times you can't even put a price tag on it. It's like you help me, I help you, and then we make it together, and we can get this thing or this process or this system or this organization, this ecosystem that we want to create off the ground, right? So be very, very patient. Watch your pipeline. Know when to, turn that shut-off valve of who needs to be in your personal pipeline and who needs to be in your professional pipeline. Yo, this is the Hungry Millennial coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.